Hello, I'm Linda Bennett, your spiritual counselor and psychic host for Metaphysically Speaking. Tonight we have two topics. We have open metaphysical questions and the important issue of letting go, which I'll be explaining to you in a few minutes. But right now, 546-7379, personal questions, start dialing. And welcome back. Tonight we're going to discuss letting go, because this is a time of a lot of emotions and a lot of unsettling feelings and a lot of unhappiness and things that are stemming not just necessarily from now, but from before. So that's going to be our topic tonight, plus open metaphysical questions. Anything you want to ask. Do you want to know about angels? Do you want to know about Christ? If you were at the lecture the other night dealing with the Christ and Jesus and Mary energies. Do you want to know about auras? Do you want to know about death experiences? We're having a great show here tonight before we went on the air, talking about astral projection and feelings of falling and all kinds of stuff like that. So if you want to ask those questions, you can do it now in the personal questions, or you can do it during the body of the program when I'm answering questions for you. But now is when we do the personal questions about marriage or finance or whatever. Okay? 546-7379. Caller, first name and comment or question. Caller.
Linda?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
And I had a question about my marriage.
Okay. First name of your partner?
Chris.
Okay.
And we've been going through so many hard times, and we have twins, and it's just dragging us. And we're trying, we're working at it, and we're just still having a hard time.
Is this someone I'm not feeling this is a lost cause, okay? Is this someone you would really like to spend the rest of your life with?
Yes.
Okay. I'm feeling that the two of you have gotten, and I'm feeling he feels the same way with you, but the two of you are really worn out. And I'm feeling a loss of intimacy. And I know with twins, one child even is really hard, but twins are constantly at you. This is not a negative statement, but children are parasites, okay? They have to get every bit of attention, nourishment, light, emotional support, physical support that they can possibly get to survive. And the parents have to learn, especially if you're new parents, have to learn when to let the child sit quietly and play, when to let them cry a little bit, when to let them be alone, because parents, adults, the couple needs powerful emotional connection time, even if you're just laying there in each other's arms like lumps. And I'm feeling you're not getting enough of that.
Right now, the way it stands is we work separate, split schedules.
You're going to have to get the schedule synchronized, because, and who's taking care of the children?
Well, right now I have him, and he's at work.
Okay.
And in the morning, I go to work, and he's with the kids.
You don't have a marriage. I mean, we've got to get you guys together, even if you have to reduce your expenses and have one of you have a part-time job instead of a full-time job, because my concern is in another 2 years, you guys won't be together. And I really don't like breaking up marriages when there are little children. Right. So if one of you would like to come in for counseling, bringing the picture of the other one in.
Yeah, well, I've been in to see you before.
Okay. And couples. Then if you have and you want to do couples counseling, I will do that. I won't do couples counseling unless I see one of the partners first, and then we do couples counseling. Right. And I'll try to work with you as far as timing. Because it's the holiday time and I'm getting so many people who are just flipping out because of the emotions of the holidays, I am adding extra appointments to my schedule. So I will try to work with you, but my concern really is that you two are beginning to learn to live without each other. And if that happens, the relationship is finished. Are you sensing that?
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're going apart.
Right.
He's just, he's a guy who sleeps in the bed sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you've lost your male-female intimacy.
Right.
And I would really like to work with the two of you. So please call my office and tell me that you're the one who wanted to schedule the couples counseling.
Right.
And I'll try to work with you and get you both in. And let me tell you something, the faster we do this, the faster we can rebuild the intimacy.
Right.
And I will tell you the tricky thing about holiday time, it brings out the good if it's it's there, and it brings out the worst if it's there.
Well, right after the holidays, we're hoping he has a part-time job as well as a full-time job, and it's we're hoping that'll end.
It's going to, or your marriage will end.
Right.
That's your choice. Either cut down on the job schedule, or you won't have a marriage. And try being a single parent.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a relationship where when one moves out of the house that person takes equal responsibility. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Because the person who leaves begins to build his or her own life.
Exactly.
And that excludes the ones who are back in the house.
Right.
So this is a relationship that's worth saving and worth working on, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So try to get in to see me as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much, Linda.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay, caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda. Happy Monday. This is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
I've been to see you before.
Okay.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
We're hoping to be able to close on a home
house. Okay.
on the 23rd.
Okay.
And the mortgage people we've had to file an appeal with.
Yeah, I feel like they're waffling. What are they saying to you is the problem?
Well, this is a first home situation, and we apparently haven't been in the job. He hasn't been at his job for 2 years. So
Are you going through like a government sponsored, like Fannie Mae or something? Or?
We're going through community home buyers development.
Okay.
Do
you have an attorney representing you, or is the real estate person pushing this and representing? Because I'm feeling like you're floundering here.
There really isn't anybody representing us other than the community development center, and they're not doing a very good job.
No, they're doing. That's why I said floundering.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really doing a poor job in representing you. I'm feeling you got problems. So I don't know who you have to see to push it through. I don't know if you have to sit there. Find out who you have to convince and go in there and convince them. Okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm feeling this may completely collapse on you, and that really should not be the case. FHA may be the way for you to go.
Okay.
And I guess they're conducting their own legalities, but you may want to have an attorney. Well, see, an attorney looking over everything. I don't do anything without an attorney. But at this point, whoever should be speaking up for you and convincing these people, that's not happening. So you need to call tomorrow morning, find out who the bottom line person is, and get in there and speak to them. Okay? And I would also like to see you call... I guess call your local bank and see who handles FHA mortgaging.
Okay.
Okay, and see if you can go from there as well, because my concern is that this is going to fall through. I see you moving and being exhausted, and you're crying and you're upset. So let's see that being reversed and see you going through. The karma is for you to move into this house. The problem is, karma can be changed because you're not being taken care of. Okay, so let's not let that happen.
I'll do what you said. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Call a first name and comment or question, then we'll go to classes.
Hi, this is Kay speaking.
Hi, Kay.
I'm thinking about making a rather major move, and
Where?
I'm not quite sure it's a good idea or not.
To where?
To New England.
Where? I'm a New England girl. Where?
Actually, in Connecticut.
Where?
Ledyard.
Where?
Ledyard.
Oh, where's that?
And that's over near Groton, in the eastern side of Connecticut.
Okay. I'm from the third, well, I call it my hometown. I was raised on Long Island, but the third smallest town in Connecticut called Bridgewater. And everybody from Bridgewater, it's a lot of celebrities that live up there, and they always say, oh, we're from New Milford. Because that's the next town over, or Danbury. Mia Farrow screwed it up by telling everybody where she lived, and the press followed her up there, because that's where she lives, in Bridgewater. I like the move for you, and I'm feeling something around the springtime. So is that when you're planning on going?
Yes.
Psychic, huh? What are you going to do when you get there? Because I'm feeling this is going to be, I'm not feeling it's going to be a lateral situation. I'm feeling it's going to be a whole new situation.
Actually, it's a whole new life.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a good show for you about letting go.
Yes.
So
you're right.
Yeah, and this is really, you are right. It's a whole new life for you and a new way of thinking. I miss the fall. I miss the water. I miss being able to turn on the tap.
Snow.
Huh?
I even miss the snow.
Me too. I love the snow.
Yes.
This is where you need to be.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, this is where you need to be.
Oh, I needed that from you, Linda. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I have to tell you this. I was at the acupuncturist the other day, Dr. Her, and she said, somebody told me a rumor about you. I said, what is it? So, because I'm interested. I want to know what the rumors are. And I lead such a boring life. I want to hear what they have to say. We'll take an extra minute in the segment. And she said, I heard from a woman who claims to be a very reliable source that you had a facelift. I said, oh, what? She said, a facelift. I said, when was this supposed to happen? You've known me for a year. When have I been, gone for 2 months? She says, I don't know, but that's what she told me. I said, well, why don't we start looking behind the neck here, behind the ear? So she's plowing around behind my hair, under my ears, inside my ear. She said, no scars. I said, no facelift. So here's the deal. You watched me be single. You watched me get married. You watched me have problems. You're watching me get divorced. You've watched me go through all the problems here in my life and on the show. I've told you all kinds of stuff. I would mention if I had a facelift. Plus, you would notice that I was gone for 2 months. If I'm going to have a facelift, I'll let you know. First of all, I don't have the money. Second of all, I would like one. I'd like to get the circles removed. I don't think there's a doctor in this area I would trust to touch my face. So here's the scoop, guys. If I'm ever going to have a facelift, I'll tell you, I'll tape it, and when I come back, I'll show it on the air. If you're going to spread rumors about me, make sure they're true, okay? I lead a very boring life. I go to the supermarket, I'm at the mall, that's it. Okay, that really frosts. Digging oranges, no scars. I said, no facelift. Okay, caller, first name and comment or question. Caller, it's you. We lost the person? Okay, they hung up? Okay, don't get scared, people. It's only live television. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Hello, I'm Linda Bennett. Do you have questions about your personal life? What about your relationships? Where's your life going? How about a career? Do you need to go back to school? What about those spiritual questions you always had in your back of your mind, but you just didn't know who to ask about them? Or how about finding out why you're here on the planet to begin with? Call me at 736-4567 and we'll arrange an appointment. Now, if you have a product or a service you'd like to advertise with us, call 736-4567 today. And our meta moment tonight, we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. We make the world speak or act with a pure mind, and happiness will follow you as your shadow unshakable. In other words, you're everything you ever thought, done, or considered. The old expression, you are what you eat, you are what you think. By the way, Eastern Art, I noticed on their commercial it says across the Countryside Mall. It's not really across the Countryside Mall. If you're at Sears, it's the road that runs behind Sears, and then there's this little shopping center in there. The other night, someone said to me they looked for it across the other side of 19, and it's not there. It's just, if you head towards Sears and you go on to 580, just zip into that little parking lot. That's where they are. Tell them Linda sent you. Now, I want to show you this current issue of U.S. News and World Report. This is an article that sort of encapsulates certain issues about prophecies and what's coming up and what the different religions think. Go on and pick it up. It's quite interesting. Now, we have callers on the line. Are they asking their personal questions? We have one caller that's appropriate? Okay. We're going to be talking about open metaphysical questions, anything you want to know, and letting go, which I think is real appropriate for this time. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Yes, Linda, my name is Lucille.
Hi, Lucille.
I'm over 60 now, but when I was about 28, I was at work, was riding up an elevator, and when the door opened and I stepped across, there's a definite feeling that there was loss of time somewhere in my life there. It was so strong that I've had it all these years. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand it at all. I don't know what.
It only happened to you that one time?
Only the one time.
That's happened to me, and it's kind of unnerving. It happened one night in a supermarket, and there was a whole time shift. It was very bizarre. And it's a long story, so I won't take up the time with you. But what's happening is you are having a time dimensional shift. It can happen a couple of ways. One of the ways is that your soul skips ahead, sort of like in anticipation of an event to come. And you lose the moment where you are theoretically. You lose it in your mind because your mind moves somewhere else. Or you can even flip back in time into a past life circumstance. So it could be past life circumstance, this lifetime for a few moments, or projecting ahead in another lifetime for a few moments. Could be a matter of seconds, okay? The other thing that can happen is we're not living in a parallel universe where there's another one like us going through the same thing and see who does it better. But there are dimensions of energy that sort of pass right by ours. Okay, and they can, sort of like two mists going together, a little bit touch if you can see my fingers wiggling, a little bit touch upon each other. And that changes the vibration of where you are and what's happening at that moment. It's not bad. It also can happen where people, I've read lots of stories where people are driving, say, out west, and they stop at an old restaurant or something like that, and they look for it on their way back, and they found out that the place burned down 30 years ago or 100 years ago. That happens. You are in that time shift. The vibration of what has happened there becomes so strong. It's like, you know, the Earth circling around on its axis. So that time energy comes towards you, and you mix together, and you're able to get on the merry-go-round, so to speak. Think of a merry-go-round and your favorite horse on the merry-go-round. When that comes around, you have a moment to hop on, a quick revolution, and then you hop off again.
It was very pleasant, but it was so strong, and I've never known what it was. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Does that make it understandable for you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Just don't get unnerved by it.
Oh, I won't.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Another caller in line? Okay. Open metaphysical questions. That was a really terrific one. And that was a really terrific one, as a matter of fact. This supermarket situation happened to me several years ago, and I told lots of people about it. And it was quite an interesting story. Maybe when we do a show on time shift, I'll talk to you about it. Letting go. This is such an important thing for all of us to focus on. How many people walk around like this and their faces are clenched in there? Well, of course, if somebody cuts you off on the highway and you've almost been run off the road, one would say, hey, gee, you know, you've got an issue there. But steaming about it is not going to help you. Not only is it not going to help you, but you'll be so angry that you won't be focusing on the traffic that's going on around you, and you could wind up harming yourself or harming somebody else. Letting go of an anger, letting go of a hurt, real or imagined, letting go of something that happened to you in your childhood, happened to you a day ago, a year ago, is so important. Because what happens to your physical body is fascinating. When you're living with this anger and this tension, your adrenaline is constantly pumping and constantly draining. Your pancreas goes out of whack. The pituitary gland gets confused with all the signals. Send more adrenaline. Let me produce more insulin. And everything in your body chemistry goes crazy. This is where you say, well, I'm starving, and you overeat, or I'm too upset I can't eat. You wind up getting sick. Women wind up having their menstrual cycles be off. Your whole body goes out of whack when you're under tension and you're holding on to things. Another thing that happens is you're building on an unstable foundation from hanging on to this issue. So everything you build upon, think of building a house in a bad foundation. Eventually, you may try to force the walls together and force all the plumbing in, but it's all wrong. It's out of perspective, and one day it's going to collapse on you. This is why so often we find ourselves in circumstances that should be very happy. We can't appreciate them because you're still hanging on to something from the past. So what do? You review the set of circumstances very honestly and begin to let go. Because if you have a crippled past that you're hanging on to, you can't effectively live in the present. You can't function in daily life. You can't have normal relationships with people if you're hanging on to stuff from before. You're creating a whole other persona that never meant to be. And you can't possibly plan for a happy, well thought out, meaningful future if your foundation is crumbling. So after we take this segment, we're going to come back and we're going to do a little test run. And we're going to see how your emotions affect you. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Good evening. My name's Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth.
And I've had some people really be mean and nasty through business dealings. Mm-hmm. And my concern is, how can they do these things, and how will it affect them in their lives afterwards? I mean, what causes someone to be so uncaring about another person?
Well, there are an awful lot of bad guys out there. I don't have to be psychic to tell you that. There are also too many people on the planet, and there are not enough jobs for people. We're in a greedy society. The New World Order is basically moving away from the United States and focusing on sucking all the resources out of the third world even if it means enslaving the people and having children work for 20 cents a day and women working for 50 cents a day so they can make more profits. They're laying off all kinds of people across this country and not rehiring the proper amount of people. So people are doing the jobs of 3 and 4 other individuals, and they're supposed to be bloody glad to have the job. We have evil and greed and organized religion, organized power destroying this world. And until that stops, people are going to get more and more frustrated, more and more angry, more and more bitter and vicious. There's also a lack of God in daily life. And I talked to a very lovely lady the other day who was with Jim and Tammy Baker's group. And she's a lovely person. And we both agree that there's only one God. And if everyone would lose the organized religion and the power structure and the fear and the frustration that religion can't possibly, the answers that religion can't possibly provide for you, and the inner awakening that religion can't give you, because that's you and God. If we would lose that nonsense and go within, we would have people who are beginning to look at things with a proper perspective and more dignity. All I can say is, Jesus said turn the other cheek. He didn't say lay down on the ground and get kicked. Stand up for yourself with dignity. Don't lower yourself to their standards, but don't let them get away with it. They're going to get theirs, but don't let people take advantage of you. It doesn't work. It lets them be shown and proven to that it's okay to abuse other people. You have to show them that it's not okay, and you will stand up for what's right. That's dignity, okay? Like a lady, like a gentleman, and like a person of the light. I call it a warrior of light.
I'm just starting to get enlightened. I just started on the Book of Miracles.
Good. Well, that's kind of Jesus-oriented and Christian-oriented. You may want to, peruse it, but I certainly don't recommend stopping there.
Okay. Thank you very much,
You're
Linda.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. And another meta moment. Love is not the product of any particular religion. It is the rightful province of each and every human heart. And I would add to that, not only human heart, but every form of life. Okay, now what we're going to do, let's go over here because it's easier for me. What we're going to do is a little energy movement. I'm going to show you how you can actually feel negative energy collecting and how you can release it, okay? So what I want you to do is sit up nice and straight, just like we do for Inner Journey, and focusing right above the nose, between the eyebrows, closing your eyes. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And inhale and exhale peacefully at your own speed. And feel yourself in a beautiful forest, sitting by the river of cleansing and enlightenment. Hear the water gently going by. And now, like you're reviewing an old tape that stores all the memories of your life, allow each memory of sadness, disappointment, bitterness, fear, any negative thoughts to flow down from your head into your shoulders, into your arms, down into your hands. Like little marbles, each thought like a little marble. You can pick the color of your marbles. Some of them may be multicolored, some of them may be clear, white, black. Some may be different colors. Just see each unhappy thought pattern rolling down out of your head, through your neck, through your shoulders, arms, down into your hands, and see them collecting there. If need be, allow these marbles to collect up into your arms below your elbows. And since these are thought patterns, if the hands and arms need to expand as if a balloon, they may do so. Even if you don't remember the incident, but remember the feeling or a sensation of some kind, feel it rolling out of your subconscious and conscious mind, down into the neck, the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. It can go as slowly or as quickly, more than one at a time, You have all the room in the world below your elbows. Is there any discomfort? Is there fullness? Is there emptiness? Remember how these feelings encapsulated in marbles are experienced by your physical body. Now feel God's light streaming down into the top of your head like a giant waterfall, flowing through your entire body and washing through your arms and washing all of these marbles, pardon me, out of your fingers, out of your hands, bursting and flowing into the river of cleansing and enlightenment to be carried away by this river. Brilliant, beaming, sparkling waves of water continuously flowing into the top of your head, down through your arms, out your hands. And now your body filling with light and love and peace, and all of the memories that made you unhappy are gone. And your hands are filled with light and love and peace. Now, hold that feeling and call me and let me know what you experienced. We have a caller on the line. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Good evening, Linda.
Good evening.
I'm Eugene. I've talked to you before.
Okay.
I just lost a loved one on Monday. I should say Monday a week ago.
Okay.
She's been with me since '72. It was my mother. She was 94. I still hear her.
Hear her?
I still wake up at night thinking she's calling me.
She very well may be, okay, in the astral world, letting you know that she's okay. This is one of the things that loved ones do. They let us know that they're okay so that we can begin to let them go. This is a really good show for you tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
And letting them go doesn't mean you don't love them. It's where they need to be. You know, it's like letting your kids go off to school and grow up and have a life. You have to let people go onto the path and into the dimension that they need to be in. Okay? So practice this tonight with your mom and see her just going off into the light and being totally happy and peaceful, and you being totally happy and peaceful. It's also a way of you being aware that there is life after life. Okay? Many of you know, if you've heard me long enough, I've had 11 death experiences in this lifetime. There is an astral world. There are other dimensions. And she's letting you know that by letting you feel her presence. Okay?
Would it be better if I get out of here and move some? I do live in an apartment.
You mean change your location?
Yes.
If you feel that would be better for you, why don't you look after the holidays? Okay, make sure wherever you move, it's still Vision Cable territory, so you don't lose me.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
Linda.
also do grief counseling, if you'd like to come in and let me help you with that, because there are different stages that you definitely have to go through. Okay?
Yes, Linda.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Caller, first name and comment or question. Caller.
Oh, yes. Okay. I didn't know it was me.
It's you. First name.
My first name is Michelle.
Okay, Michelle.
And my question is this. Recently, in about the last 2 months, I had consulted with somebody about doing a regression. And I had never done one before and had hoped that, you know, I would be able to confront some memories that I've been finding coming back to me as I go to sleep at night and as I wake up.
Right.
And they were not disturbing so much as I was just really curious. I wanted to pursue them. A lot of them made a great deal of sense to me, and I wanted to pursue them even further because it seemed like they were so relevant to my life now.
Right.
But when I went to actually do the regression, I couldn't seem to go past my childhood. It didn't ever seem to get beyond this wall.
Well, I don't know who did the regression for you, and really I don't want any other names on the air. But I've been doing regressions now for about 18 years. Wow. And I've never once had someone I couldn't regress back to where they wanted to regress, and I do not use hypnotism. But there are people that I turn down because I don't feel they're ready. And I may have chosen to turn you down and say, call me in 3 months or whatever. And I don't do regressions for people unless I've seen them in consultations, again, to check you out. And if I'm not sure about it or you're not sure about it, I'll give you an exercise to work on for, say, a few weeks, and then you can call me. And again, since I don't use hypnotism, you only go where you need to go. So I would say if you're interested, come on in and see me. We'll work on it. I might be able to see something for you that'll help key you in, and then we can decide to take it from there. Regressions should be done when you're ready, and ready means not only ready to do it, but ready to deal with what you see.
That was the thing that she mentioned also, that perhaps I just wasn't ready to see what was there yet, and this particular moment needed to be dealt with first, which I tended to agree.
Good. Okay, well, when you're ready, come on in to see me.
All right.
Did you practice that a few moments ago of letting go?
Yes, I did.
And how did it work for you?
Very well, thanks.
How did it feel when you had
today?
Huh?
It was a stressful day today.
See?
It helped a great deal.
How did it feel when you were gathering up the marbles?
I felt very, very relaxed.
Good. Okay.
And just felt like a lot of the day's stress just kind of rolled right off of my shoulders. It was a very wonderful exercise.
Good. Practice it.
All right.
Thanks for calling. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda. This is Mark.
Okay, Mark.
I just wanted to talk to you about the meditation you just did. We just did.
Well, it was a visualization, really, rather than a meditation. Meditation is silent.
Okay. Well, you know what I felt, or what came back to me during that time is I thought a lot about my childhood, and that once when I was a kid, I was on a ladder on a playground, and I fell off, and I remember seeing a bright light and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you lose consciousness for a few seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, and what you did was you saw the astral world, and you saw the tunnel that you go through. I always say you have to go within to go without, and you can see that in meditation, in deep states of meditation. Let's take an extra. Do you have another caller on the line? Okay, we can see that in deep states of meditation as well.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, all right, stay with us. We're going to be back for more Inner Journey if my voice holds out. Stay with us. And this is where we get a chance to relax and tune in to the universe and the light, sit up nice and straight like we did before, and focus right here above the eyebrows, above the nose, and to yourselves say Om, which is the universal vibration. So closing your eyes, breathing through the nose, take a nice deep cleansing breath, filling you with God's brilliant white light of love, protection, peace, and harmony. And feel your guardian angel holding you as if you're a tiny dove seeking protection and nurturing. Tonight we're going to work on transformation, and your guardian angel is now taking you away through the dimensions into the enchanted forest of enlightenment on a rock beside a river in a beautiful waterfall. Notice that on this rock are different tools of cleansing and enlightenment. Crystals, fragrances, incense, and a magic wand, which is your free will, governed by intuition. Take these tools, use them, so that you may transform into the higher soul that you are. Feel yourself diving into the river of enlightenment, deeper and deeper, guided by your guardian angel, cleansed, energized, filled with God's light and strength. and suddenly bursting through the surface of the water into another dimension, controlled by the golden angel of universal wisdom and transformation. Sparkling golden light everywhere. Angels singing gently, their tones energizing different parts of your body. Feel the angel carrying you to a giant rock alongside the sea. You are now having the opportunity to create your life. Delving deeply within the subconscious, discovering all the reasons you came here to the planet, and looking at the ways that you can make your life work. See yourself gazing into the temple of enlightenment and feel yourself as if flying, going deeply into the temple and finding there beings and forms of life that will assist you in your progress. Perhaps magnificent flowers, crystals, creatures, special dear ones like Buddha or Mary, angels, guardians from other dimensions to help you on your path of transformation and empowerment. Feel the energy rising up the spine, the life force, the prana, flowing up through your body. God's light spiraling and spiraling, clockwise, counterclockwise, up and down the spine, up higher and higher, flowing, interconnecting with the divine light. Know that you are part of the universe, a solid beam of light streaming through you, energizing you in truth and power and strength, focus, determination, transformation. God's heavenly light, the love of the male-female energy of God flowing within, filling you with iridescent beams of light and love. Feel this love expanding across the entire planet to every person, every creature, every plant, every form of life, to the very core of the planet and back out again. You firmly feeling, experiencing the radiance of God's light, transforming into this giant beam of energy and love. See your purpose, follow through with a plan. Know that you are an integral part of the reason God has created this dimension. Feel this love radiating from the galaxies throughout the universe and back again to you and all forms of life. For we are one with God, for we are one with the universe.
Hello, I'm Linda Bennett. Do you have questions about your personal life? What about your relationships? Where's your life going? How about a career? Do you need to go back to school? What about those spiritual questions you always had in your back of your mind, but you just didn't know to ask about them? Or how about finding out why you're here on the planet to begin with? Call me at 736-4567 and we'll arrange an appointment. Now, if you have a product or a service you'd like to advertise with us, call 736-4567 today.
First name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda.
Uh-huh.
It's Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi. I just wanted to know if you had seen the movie called They. It was on cable this past weekend.
Called what?
They, They.
No. What's it about?
Well, it was about letting go, and it was from a story by Rudyard Kipling. And it was very good.
It was on? I missed it. What night was it on?
I think it was Saturday on one of the movie channels.
During the daytime or at night? I didn't
8 o'clock, I think.
I didn't even see it. Okay.
It was excellent.
Good. Well, I'll
Very
look for it. I'll look for it.
Yeah, see it if you can. And I have a question.
Okay.
Do you see me moving back up north anytime soon?
Well, I see you packing and I see you looking around for something. It seems like you've misplaced something that's important for your trip, so be careful. Here's what I always do, and I do this. I have a basket next to each door where I put my keys, so I don't, I'm a psychic. I lose my keys and my glasses. So and I've moved like 15 times. I take a basket or a box and all important things for the trip. And I've done a lot of driving. Road map, plans, hotel reservations, tickets, anything goes in that box, okay? Everything goes in that box. And so therefore you always know where important things are for your trip and for your move. So think about, if there's an easy way to figure it out, I always do that. So I do see a move for you. Where were you thinking of going?
Home to Delaware.
Okay. Well, I'm smelling fresh green grass, and I'm seeing water, and I'm seeing you can drink out of the tap, and I'm seeing different seasons. So when are you leaving?
I don't know. You told me 7 years ago to leave here.
And you didn't listen to me.
I did listen. I just didn't do it.
Well, I would hurry if I were you. Okay. I don't feel it's done you a world of good, except for watching the show, of course. I don't feel it's done you a world of good to stay here. No. And, life is very short. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Caller, first name and comment or question.
Yeah, this is Rob.
Okay.
I had an outer body experience when my brother died. It's about 20 years ago. I was crying, and I'm laying on the bed, and the third day, I got real cold, like if I was dead. And all of a sudden, myself lifted out of my body, and I saw my brother, and he said, "Don't worry, God loves you." And then I walked back to my body.
Was your brother alive or had he crossed over?
He was already dead.
Okay.
And I saw him like in a spirit. Could that happen again?
It can. First of all, you astral travel every single night. You don't stay in your body. You stay in your body in your dream state where you're, going through the computer of events and kicking things out that don't belong there and erasing them and then storing and filing away the stuff that does belong there. And then you leave your physical body and you astral travel into other dimensions. That was a lovely gift that your brother gave you to let you know that there is eternal life. And it was meant for you to have it that way so that you could know it in the conscious mind and have that as an experience.
Yeah. After that, I wasn't afraid of death or nothing.
There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. When I came back after my third drowning experience, my father and I talked about it years later, and he said I was cranky, and I said, "Why did I have to come back?" I said to him, "Oh no, I can't believe I came back." When they were, getting the water out of my chest, and I sat up and looked around. I said, "Oh no, oh no." I apparently said the same thing after a death experience when I had my appendix out. So it's much nicer over there than it is here. This is only a mid-range planet. So meditate. You can do that when you meditate as well.
Also, I have something coming up soon.
No, only one question to a person.
Okay.
Okay. Come in for a consultation. Caller, first name and comment or question. Quickly.
My name's Ed.
Okay, Ed.
I'm kind of caught between two things right now. I'm at a present job right now, doing rather well, but kind of at a stalemate, looking for promotion. And then another company giving me a good offer, but I've been with this other company quite a while, so it's kind of scary to choose between the two.
Right. Is the other company located out of the area?
No, they're both pretty much in the same area.
I'm feeling something out of the area for you as a possibility. Would you have to travel or something like that?
The one here might be, yes,
okay.
where I am.
Okay. I would like you to go in and talk to you. I'm not feeling they're looking to let you go. We're running out of time. I'm not feeling they're looking to let you go. You need an honest review with your boss as to what they have in mind for you for your career.
Where I am
okay.
now.
Yeah, and talk to them and come on in to me for a consultation. I'll see what I can do for you. I'm sorry we're out of time. If you just open up your hearts and minds to God's universal truths, you're going to know that God and the angels are always with you. Stay with us.